guys, and welcome to this week Tech YouTube tutorial. In this video we're going to create a contact manager or a contact book in Python. That is a beginner advanced project that needs a lot of thinking and strategy. Before we start, don't forget please to subscribe, like and share. And now let's go! Okay, so first we're going to import two modules that you will use them in the code. First we're gonna import OS. Next, from Unicode data, import digit. Okay. Next, we're going to create a directory path that we'll use for all the code. So dir path is equal to c \\users \\, then os.get login, and then \\contacts. And so what get login means is that when you give the code to another person, for example, instead of writing manually his name on this path, get login will automatically access the user's name in the path. Okay, so first we're going to create an input variable question equals to input. Do you want Alright, so do you want to add view or delete contact? Enter add, view or delete. Okay, and this question is the first question that will give it to the user to know what to do in all the choices. Next, if not, question equals to add and not question equals to view and not question equals to delete, then print question, which is the user input, is an invalid choice. What this does is if the user choice was not in the choices, which are add, view or delete, then it will print out this error saying that the characters that you entered are not valid. So now we want to create three functions. The first one is for add contact, the second one is for view contact, and the third one for delete contact. So we will start with add contact. Define add contact. So if question equals to add, then contact name equals to input, enter the name of the contact you want to add. And now after we get the user's new contact name, we will create a path for it. So we will say join input equals to dir path and plus \\, plus contact name plus .txt. This will be the path for the new contact. So here we're going to use the OS and say os.make dirs for the join input. Okay, and exists okay equals to true. This makes sure that the path exists, and if not, it created to avoid any error. So if os.path.exists, so if the name of the user's new contact exists, then we should print an error. So if os.path.exists join input, okay, then print this contact already exists. And if the name of the contact is not founded, then move to the next step. All right, else while true, so you say contact number equals to input, enter the contact's phone number. And if the contact number contains letters and characters rather than numbers, then print an error. So if not contact number dot is digit, then print enter a number next time, and then continue. And what continue do is it repeats the while loop over and over again until he enters or she enters an input with the needed conditions. Now if the name doesn't exist, so we'll say else f equals to open join input in A mode. What is the A mode? Basically, it means append mode. And append mode is to open the file for writing and appending to the end of the file if it exists. Now, after we open the file, we will write in it. So f.write. Alright, so we will write phone number colon and then the contact number. Okay, and then we will write \n, and \n is used to create a new line. So after we printed the phone number, it will produce a new line to keep the file organized, because if we move to the email address, it won't be on the same line with the phone number. So this will be all for the phone number. Now email print is equal to input would you like to enter an email address? Type yes or no, and then dot lower. If email print is equal to yes, Then we will say contact email is equal to input, enter the contact's email. So we will say also f equals to open join input in A mode and then write email address colon then the contact email, and finally we will close the file after we open and write in it. Now to tell the user that the file is created, we will print contact name and then is successfully created, and then we will break the while loop. And break is the opposite of continue. It actually stops the while loop. Alright, now elif email print equals to no, then paste this. Alright, in the both status it will create the contact. I mean, if the user entered an email or no, it will create the file, and if he or she didn't enter a valid option, rather yes or no, then the loop will repeat again and again. So we'll enter continue, and like that we finished the add contact function. Now let's move on to the view contact function, and honestly it is the easiest function in all this code, you'll see. So let's start by define it. Define view contact, then if question equals to view, then dir list is equal to os dot list dir or the dir path. Okay, so what os dot list dir do, list out an integer or a string path, and in our case it's the contact path. Now to keep the output organized, we will use the for loop for the dir list, but before that I will just print your contacts in, and then dir path or directory path, and then a colon, and then for I, for example, and dir list print I, and I will show you what I use the for loop for in the output after we finish the code. And like that we finish the view function. So let's go to the delete contact function. And as usual we will define it. Delete contact, and if question equals to delete, then contact delete is equals to input enter the name of the contact you want to delete. And then I will just copy the join input from this add contact function. Okay. And paste it here. And change it into join delete. And this contact delete. Now to make sure that the contact exists, I will do just like before. os.path.exists that join delete, then os dot remove the join delete. And what the os.remove do is it remove a chosen path or a file or a directory, then print contact delete is successfully created! Exclamation mark. And now if the path of the contact doesn't exist, then I will just print this contact don't exist. And now after we finished these three functions, we should call them because they will not work without calling them. So add contact to parentheses, and just the same thing for these two. And finally, let's test this out. So I will just run it. So do you want to add, view, or delete contact? Genome. If I wrote letters, it will give me type a number next time. So anything, yes, thing, contact Jinan successfully created. So now if we go to the contacts, we will see jinan.txt is created, phone number and email address. So that was our tutorial for this week's video, and hopefully the part 2 of this project will be uploaded next week. And please don't forget to drop a like and hit subscribe button. And if you face any problems, you can ask me in the comments, or you can just check the GitHub account. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.